Hi, I'm Samantha Dahlby, and I'm the Director of K-12 Education at NewBoCo, a nonprofit based in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This year, I've been working with Great Prairie AEA to help teachers in their schools integrate computer science into K-8. And as part of that project, I've been asked to explain and introduce the new legislation around computer science that has been approved in Iowa. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then also help you think about how you might get started to fulfill the new legislation. So the legislation is HS 2629, and we'll share links with this as well that you'll be able to link to from this video. To break it down, the first part really talks about how each board of directors for public school districts will need to develop and implement a K through 12 computer science plan by July 1st of 2022, and that's the school year starting in 2022. The next part is at that same timeline, so July 1st, 2022, the district must also offer 1/2 unit or semester of computer science. And then the last part of it is focused on K-8, and that happens the following year. So starting in the school year that starts July 1st, 2023, they shall offer at least one grade level in first grade through sixth grade, and one grade level in 7th through 8th grade. So that's integrating the standards. It could be something that is a standalone course. It might also be something that's integrated into their core curricula. So those are kind of the big components of it and when they break down into starting. So these are all based on Iowa's computer science standards. Iowa adopted the Computer Science Teacher Association, or CSTA, standards that are linked here as well. And let's talk about how you can get started. So first of all, we really encourage people to reach out to the community that already exists and is growing in Iowa. This page has a lot of different links. The biggest one is the CSTA Iowa chapter. So that has a free membership option for teachers to join, and they can reach out and meet other educators in Iowa that are teaching computer science. A lot of them, most of them I would say, are not mainly computer science teachers. They often have a background in something else and then are also teaching computer science. So it's a very welcoming community. A lot of people have started not having a lot of background in computer science, and we encourage all of the teachers to reach out, ask questions, and share what they've learned there. A couple of the ways to engage is by joining the chapter. There's an active newsletter that goes out about monthly. Starting this fall, we are hosting virtual meetups each month, oftentimes just for social connection for teachers, but we will also be integrating some topics as well. The next one is a Facebook group for any Iowa computer science educator, and that is a way for teachers to quickly ask questions, get feedback from all over the state. There's also an email list that teachers can join. And then there's an engagement survey to find out how you want to be involved and support the community locally, so that you can let us know if you would want to help maybe a Northwest or wherever you're located, Southwest, Southeast, group of teachers get together. Since this is a statewide chapter, we want to encourage local communication as well. And if you use social media, please use the hashtag CS4IA. There's a Twitter list of a lot of the educators in Iowa, so that's another way to find people. So on the getting started, breaking it down to those requirements through the legislation. So the first one is creating a district-wide plan. Our first recommendation here is to use the script workshop through Computer Science, or CS for All, Computer Science for All. And we have, fortunately, facilitators that have been trained in each of the AEAs in the state. So my recommendation is to reach out to your AEA, find out the contact person, and then figure out how your district can participate in a workshop. These workshops are really great. They don't focus on the computer science content. It's not teaching you how to teach computer science. It's really creating that plan of what the implementation, the planning, the support will look like at a district. It does involve people from all different levels. So you're required to have a district level administrator, oftentimes building level administrators, and then classroom teachers to represent the group that will be working through that as a district. It is customized for your district, so no matter where you're starting, whether you have no experience or if you've done a little bit or you've done a lot, It helps you walk through different rubrics in 5 different key areas to figure out where you are and how you can move to that next level. The next part would be the high school requirement. So remember that it's offering a half credit or 1 semester of computer science. And my recommendation here, just to keep it simple, is to check out the many computer science principles curricula that are available. There are at least 10 of them now that are endorsed by the College Board. It is an AP course, however, some of them do allow the teachers to teach it. It's just an introductory course. And the reason why I recommend this one is because it is a broad foundation of computer science. It's not just focused on programming, which is oftentimes what we think of when we think of computer science, but it talks about the why, the ethics, the global impact of computer science. This is a full year course, and that, of course, I just mentioned you only need to have a half year. So my recommendation is to start with this and figure out if you want to offer it as a full year in your high school to start with, or we have worked with teachers before that will teach it as a semester that very first year and maybe keep it that way. But this is just a great way to get a broad-based exposure to students that may be interested in a lot of different opportunities for them. So check that out at the bit.ly link here. Moving on to elementary. So this is really focused on that first grade through 6th grade. So there are a couple of recommendations I have to get started. Now there are a lot of different opportunities here. This is really just to help you kind of explore some things and get started quickly if that's what you're looking to do. And I put them in alphabetical order. So the first one is co.org. They have computer science fundamentals. The nice thing about that one is that their lesson plans are really easy for teachers to use and pick up. They have both unplugged, so away from the computer, and plugged at the computer activities that can be used all together, or teachers may choose to use just some of them. And this one also has at the bottom of each lesson plan other core content area standards that are also covered. So it'll tell you if it's meeting other Common Core standards or NGSS standards, for example. The next one that I have listed here is the Scratch Creative Computing Curriculum. This one is also nice to get started. Scratch is a free platform that teachers can use, students can use, really fun visual way of learning, also block-based coding to get started. And my last recommendation to check out is Hello Ruby. There is a website, and then there are also a series of books. So this is great for integrating into literacy. But the other nice thing about it is that at the back of each book, as well as on their website, they have a lot of great activities that are all unplugged. So very hands-on, lots of movement involved for students. So another really great resource. And then for middle school, so looking at that 7th and 8th grade, again, recommending co.org. Their CS Discoveries curriculum is meant to be a bridge between elementary and high school. Next recommendation I have is cyber.org. They previously were called NYSERC. They have a lot of great free curricula as well to check out. Some of them are integrated, so their STEM EDA is more of a STEM course, but they have a lot of technology and computer science integrated into that. And the last one is also an integration. Project Guts integrates computer science into science curriculum. So check those out, especially if you don't already have a separate technology elective or extracurricular or something like that that you can fit the content into. You can integrate it into an existing course. So those are my recommendations to get started with computer science. If you have other questions, feel free to reach out to us at k12@newbo.co or reach out to any of those other resources that I mentioned on ways to connect in Iowa. This is new legislation, so we are trying to figure out some of the gray areas and vague areas. So we don't have all of the answers, but we did want to make sure that you feel supported in getting started with computer science and know that it does not have to be scary. You just have to start taking small steps, and you have support in Iowa to help you do that.